So, you two.
Yep.
Yes. I'm with her.
You're engaged to her.
Yes, we are engaged.
Closer to the mic.
And we do love each other. And no, I'm not a I do not enjoy watching her be with other men or any of that. We had $100 in our bank account when she started to do the work, and
Get a little closer to the mic if you can. If you need, you can hold it in your.
yeah, it's a little tough right here. No, I don't have low testosterone. I've actually had my testosterone tested. So, and I've read all the hate comments. I watched when everybody was going live. I did see all the hate comments. I did see what people are saying, and I respect people's decisions. Most of the hate comments were from other men, not women. And if you don't want to be with a girl that has an OnlyFans or has done porn or adult work, then don't be with that girl. We were together for quite a bit of time before she did all that work, and I will be with her even after because I love her. She's beautiful, and we're together, and that's that.
So why don't we give it, there might be new people tuning in, why don't we give it a bit of context. Keely, you've been on the past 2 shows.
Yeah.
Can you push that cup into the table, please? So that cup right there.
Oh, this one.
So you guys are engaged.
Yeah.
Fiancé.
Mhm.
You guys have been dating for what, 4 years?
About
5 years?
something like that.
Okay. So midway through your relationship, you started doing OnlyFans, correct?
Yeah.
And then stripping.
Mhm.
And then procuring sugar daddies and doing escorting or no? No escorting?
No, just like stripping at the club.
Stripping,
going on OnlyFans.
Adult content with other men,
That
just to clarify.
for OnlyFans, if they have
Yes.
an OnlyFans and they're into that. But
Okay. And then you also have like 10 sugar daddies? Is
yeah, I
it?
have guys that will just text me and just spoil me and send me $100 or whatever. Just
Okay.
taking me to get like Louis Vuitton bags or whatever. So
Sure. Okay. So, but you're okay with it?
I am okay with it. Yes, I don't watch any of her. I don't help her with a lot of the stuff. It's just something that I'm very passive. I don't want to know about it. You know, if I had to be very involved in it, I probably would be a little disturbed because this is the woman that I do love and care for. So yes, there is that aspect of it, but I don't I don't think about it. I don't let it keep me up at night. It's just, it's let her do what she does and make the money and come back, because as long as she's not romantically involved with someone else, I don't view it as cheating. It's the romance involved. And eventually she does plan on retiring from it. It's something we've had to do for quite a few years now to make money, but now we have goals in mind. We are going to get a cabin up in the Smokies, and we're going to have our own businesses and things that make profit, so she doesn't have to do any of this stuff anymore.
yeah.
It's just for profit, and if some guys don't want to, allow their woman to do that for profit, and I understand that. I totally understand it. But for me, when you're living in your car in one of the most expensive cities in America, and you have $100 in your bank account, and she says, look, we're going to go hungry if we don't do something, and you're like, I don't know what we're going to do, and I've been trying to look for work, and I've been applying at hundreds of jobs, and I can't get a job, and we need money. And she says, hey, if I just go to the club and dance for a night, I'll make a couple $100. And you say, okay, sure, go make a couple $100, because at first I didn't want her to do it. I really didn't.
We both didn't want to.
I was really nervous.
Let's go into that. So you said at first you didn't want her to do it.
Yeah, because...
Tell us what your initial instinct was.
Initial instinct was like, I'm really nervous. I've never been to a strip club. I hadn't been... I didn't really watch a lot of porn, and I didn't understand the sex industry. I didn't know that there's good people in it, that you can be safe in a strip club, that they always felt like this unknown territory. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to go to the valley and, some sketchy part of town and let you dance for the night. I don't know who's going to be there or how it's going to be. But eventually, you just say, look, we're desperate for money. let's give it a try. And we gave it a try, and it's not as bad as people think it is. Generally speaking, it's not as bad.
But so was there a gradual increase in terms of what was being done? Because first it was the strip club. Hold on just a sec.
Shizzle donated $100.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
95% tax on sex work platforms to save America. Anything that supports exhibitionism, all dating apps, etc. Instagram, Snap, as long as they permit hookups, don't allow people to profit from degeneracy. You can win 2024 running on this platform.
Yo, Shizzle, thank you for the big super chat, man. Appreciate it. Oh my God, the chat is on fire. Thank you, Frankie.
You had $100 in your account because you're selling freaking instruments. You're a man. It's your job to have a job. Instead, your woman sells her body to keep you afloat. How can you say you don't want her to do it, but live your life in a way that she has to?
Well, I will respond. So at that time, I was not selling instruments. I got into selling instruments in 2020, which is because of lockdowns, and 2020 was the best year for musical instrument sales in history. So I actually made quite a bit of money, thousands of dollars every month, and was doing just fine when lots of other people weren't making any money. So I didn't need her for money to do that. I can DoorDash too on the side. I don't need her money. We make more money now for things that I definitely wouldn't be able to afford. I do plan on having my own recording studio up in those mountains, and that is very expensive, and thankfully she is helping fund that.
So what was
it's
your
our money. We both spend it on stuff we want. Like, I want my nails done. I want my hair done. I want to go get some clothes, you know. He needs a new guitar, you know, like we have things that we want and that we need, but we both like work, you know. We
So
both make money.
just really quick to go back to my initial question before the TTS came in. So you were kind of describing what your first initial instinct was.
Yeah.
And you initially were like, no, I'm not comfortable with this.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
and
we
so
both had sorry.
So you started just stripping, right? And then OnlyFans?
I would say
I
it
think
was
it
then.
was
It was
the-
then,
Yeah, and then
And-
it was OnlyFans.
and
after
then
that.
it was OnlyFans. She
Yeah.
started.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, I guess my two questions are, you previously said that you consider you to be monogamous.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that assessment?
Yes, because she's not romantically involved with the other men. I understand the implication that it is sleeping with other men on camera and stuff, but it's more acting. So, you know, other people would say that's cheating. I don't, because it's not romance involved.
Well,
Yeah,
it may
we're
not
with each other, so-
it may not necessarily be cheating, but I don't think you can classify what you guys have as monogamy.
And
Because-
that's totally
because-
fine.
We all have our own opinions, but we're just doing it for money and so we can get a place because, you know, like we used to work in grocery stores and fast food and we were miserable and broke, $400 a week or something, and could barely eat. And like, we both have an understanding. Like one day we were just like really broke and had $100, like you said. And I was like, well, what if I work at this club? I know you and I think it's weird. Are you okay with it? I asked him permission before I did any of this.
Hold on.
Nashunabu donated $100. This is my one simp post for Keely. Get a prenup before you get married just in case. Don't put yourself in a losing position if things go south. You may risk half if your boy ain't feeling it anymore.
Oh, okay. That's
Oh,
why
I'm
you're
not
with
worried
her.
about it.
I
but
do
obviously I'll
agree
do
with
that.
I do agree with prenups. I think everybody should get a prenup if you,
Yeah,
especially if
everyone
you
should.
have a lot of money. That's totally
Isn't
fine.
she's the breadwinner though?
Even
For the
so,
most
I
part,
have
you
I
know.
have things that I don't want to give her, and she has things that she probably wouldn't want to give me. So the prenup makes sense.
Let me ask you a question. If she were to sleep with another man, not within the context of creating adult content, would you have an issue with that?
Yes.
Yeah, of course, because that's actually cheating. But
No, but let's say she doesn't, it's just a one night stand. She just wanted to fuck. There's no romantic component. There's no emotional component. She just wants to get her rocks off, whatever.
I
Would you
wouldn't
have an
do
issue with that?
I wouldn't.
She might not, but would you have an issue with that?
I would have an issue with that, yes. Because that's not for the camera, that's not for making money. That's cheating.
Can I ask out of genuine curiosity, you said telling your story early on that you kind of willfully remain ignorant about this, that you don't want to know what's going on behind the scenes, you don't watch the content, you don't subscribe to the OnlyFans. Do you think that's intentional? Like there's a part of you that knows something is not quite right about that?
I do think so, yeah. I think there's a part of me that is kind of a little disturbed by it. I'm not going to lie.
Do you think that's because really biologically speaking, I mean, I studied biomedical sciences, you can't separate the romantic emotional part of engaging in the most intimate experience that you can with another human being from solely the act of getting a paycheck or making money?
Well, that's the same thing, because even actors don't want to watch their other actor, if they're married, kiss another person on camera. So it's normal to not want to see your other partner touching someone else, kissing someone else, engaging in sexual acts with somebody else. So.
Is that hard then to see that escalate from...
I can always quit. I mean, we're both have an understanding that we're doing it for money. And I asked him from the day one, like, hey, can I work at the club? I won't do it if you don't want me to, but we need money. And we both came to an understanding, like, sure, you can try it out. Work at the club one night. And it was a topless bar at the time, so it wasn't even like a full strip club. And they were like, okay, well, I'll do it for a night, and if I don't like it, I never have to do it again. And I was like, are you sure you consent to this, babe? Are you sure? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, I do too. And so, and every
Things have
single
changed
day,
really substantially since
well,
then,
of course,
right?
yeah. But I mean, well, the strip clubs closed during COVID, and so someone reached out to me online on Instagram asking if I wanted to do adult film. And at first I was like, no way, that's just crazy. But the clubs closed, and I just said, can we do this, babe? Are you sure? And like, I always ask him if he's okay with it, and he always says yes. And to this day, if he wants me to quit right now and go back to a regular job, I would. I mean, it would suck not having the money and being able to pay the bills, but I would do it.
She definitely has wanted to quit many times.
I hate it.
Too,
Sometimes
where
I
she
hate it.
really
I just want to get
doesn't.
cabin,
She
you know?
definitely does not like it. It's just literally
Society,
for the
it
money.
makes it hard to make money. Now, if McDonald's paid a livable wage and I can make thousands a month, I would do it, but it's just not the reality.
And that's definitely the type. When we did have that $100 in our bank account, and she did this, we did have jobs at the time. They just were. We
miserable.
Literally
So
like
miserable. I
getting
would come
paid
back
like
crying.
$400 a week, and then after food, gas, insurance, any other bills, we only had $100, and even that $100 was not going to last us the week. So it was just tough. I had to ask friends for money, stay on people's couches. My car had, engine issues, needed to get repaired. It's tough, and a lot of people have gone through this, and some people find other alternatives to get out of it, and then others that this is what you had to do to get out of it.
Go ahead.
I just have a question because, I mean, I've kind of been in similar situations, like living in cars and going through hardships as well. Did you guys ever try to get like food stamps or anything? Because that
We
helped
did.
significantly.
Yes, yeah, we applied for that. I would find that the money was
Guys, just
definitely,
both of you, I need you speaking closer to
I
the
would
mics.
definitely say that the money was not nearly enough from what you would get for food stamps. I would say it would run out after like a week or two. And then the other thing is the money that California tends to provide is like, I think it was like $300 a week or $300 or something a month. I mean, this state costs thousands of dollars to live comfortably, I would say.
100%. But just as someone who's been on food stamps before, that would mean that both of you guys are able to get it. So then that's doubled at that time.
Yeah, and we had that, and it
Well,
still
one of us
wasn't.
had a job because one of us had to get a job. Both of us just quit and be on food stamps. Even so, we would have the same amount of money, or if not less, because if I'm making $400 a week at the grocery store and he's on food stamps, that's more than both of us on food stamps with no job.
Do you guys have a date for your wedding? Is that out of curiosity?
No, it hasn't been top priority because buying a home and getting out of the car and having a nicer life, just nicer
Yeah,
clothing.
I mean, I don't want to
or
have the wedding and
anything
people
was
to
more
show up and
priority.
then, I want to have a house first. I don't want them to think, oh, like we're losers. We still have the car. Like I want it to be picture perfect before we have the actual wedding. So we invite people over after the wedding, the after party. We have like some cheese and some wine. Or just.
Am I invited?
Everyone's invited.
Am I invited to the
I'll
wedding?
invite anyone who wants to come. with
Anybody
us.
that wants to come, but I mean, the wedding for me would just be it's like
It's a
okay,
celebration
now
that
that
you
we've
made it.
done everything that we wanted, you can quit the industry.
Yeah.
Let's go get married.
Have you ever
That's
thought
what I
about
thought.
the fact that marriage typically provides much stronger financial security, and you could go to City Hall tomorrow and have a party a year and a half from now?
Wait,
Yeah.
how
Years
does?
from
But
now?
we're already living together. So what's like marriage. What is it?
Yeah, wait, what
like
is the greater
difference is
financial
it?
security?
If we're already sharing everything, our money, we live together.
I mean, all kinds of stuff. It's easier to get a loan for a house. You can
Really?
combine your bank
Oh,
accounts. You have
okay.
much better tax obligations to
Yeah,
the federal government.
we
I mean,
don't
we could
we
keep
don't
going.
really pay taxes, and
Based.
I mean, we kind of do, but like only.
Good
if it
for you.
needs to.
I don't. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm kind of libertarian. I don't really believe in
Same.
paying.
Are you a sovereign citizen?
No. I mean,
Okay,
look,
not that
I
guy.
do believe we need a government. I'm not like libertarian who thinks there's, we shouldn't have a government or police or some taxes. We definitely need some taxes. I'm just saying, I don't want to pay them.
Okay, sure. So
Fair enough.
So to bring it back to kind of what we were talking about, your fiance, your girlfriend, she strips, does OnlyFans, makes content with other men. Do you have any concerns? For example, I mean, the obvious one to me is STDs.
We get tested all the time, and it's people wear protection, and
Oh,
you get.
hold
Ken
on.
Martin super chatted 100.
Yeah, thanks, Marquavius.
Mick and Keeley, money. I was born poor. I'm in my 30s and am now a multi-millionaire. Brian can confirm that. I can purchase anything imaginable, except this: my soul,
Oh,
my character,
damn.
my honor, my reputation. Those are very much perishable. Not worth it.
Your,
What
res-
is a soul? What is a soul?
your response to Marquavius.
I think I get what you're trying to say, but nothing bad's gonna happen to us. We're forever. I'm not even worried. Like, I never thought I would find anyone because both of us are really weird. It's hard for anyone to find their soulmate, and once you find it, then you're good. you know,
Well,
like,
my
he's my
response
squishy.
is I don't believe in a soul, and
What kind of Buddhist?
I do meditate though, and I just let my mind be clear of thoughts and worries and depression and things like that. So if that's how you feel, that's okay. I don't think about it, like I said.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
In what ways has your industry negatively impacted you?
Well, I really don't think it has impacted me. Obviously, I don't like what I'm doing, but it's not
Oh.
that big of a deal.
SL underscore I dot D dot underscore 72E9 F52DO24F3A06 donated
Okay.
$100. Another tip for people dogging Keely's man: at the end of the day he's clapping her cheeks and you'll likely be buying her content to watch it happen. Stay mad, single, and jerking her to her while she's getting clapped. You're more a cup than him, he's the pimp.
Confirm and deny. Are you the pimp?
That's right. Yeah.
We're each other's pimp. We're
and,
like our,
and you know what? At the end of the night, she comes home to me, and I get to give her a hug and a kiss, and the rest of you are all paying for that. So
Yeah, they're just jealous because they're
On-
single behind a screen.
On that note,
Haters.
have you, ever since being on the show, this is your third appearance,
Mm-hmm.
have you noticed an increase in OnlyFans subscribers?
I have, yeah.
Oh God, what
Like,
you
Yes.
guys?
At least 100, yeah.
yes,
100. What you guys doing?
yes, a ton of them
Bro,
are actually. I did
guys.
check last night, and there's tons of you that are subscribing and following her. So if you don't like it, then why are you giving us your money?
Yo, OnlyFans.com/whatever. OnlyFans.com/whatever. Okay. Okay. So the STD thing. Is there a concern there?
No, because they do get tested for the industry, and then there is protection. But most of them can be done with medicine nowadays. If she did get one of the ones that you can't take care of with medicine, that would be a concern.
Well, sure. I mean, there's the treatable ones, but I mean,
the non-treatable ones
That's-
would be a concern, yeah, if it did happen.
Visual and super chatted 100.
yo, thank you, man.
Hello,
Yes,
Mr. IRS agent. Yes, that's them over there.
Oh shit.
Yes, well, you know what? Look, we don't pay a lot of taxes, but we still have to
Closer
pay
to the
some.
mic.
Some taxes you still have to pay, okay? OnlyFans, you still have to sign that stuff, okay? But yes,
Yeah,
some
OnlyFans
of the
takes a lot
stuff-
of your money too. so-
Yeah, and you know what? And she doesn't, her agency, the management, everybody's getting a cut, and by the time we pay the taxes, she doesn't get to keep a lot of stuff too. So if we paid a lot more of the taxes, we wouldn't have a lot of money.